Legislation in the House to address the due process concerns on gun control. Congressman, thanks so much for being here.
You got it. Good to be with you this morning. Thank you.
Okay, how do you see what's going on the House floor right now?
Listen, I respect the convictions of members on both sides of the aisle, and I understand the frustration as well. What I'm trying to get to is this. Let's get to a bill that says no fly, no buy. Everybody can agree on that. But let's have some due process protections. And so my only concern about what's going on the House floor right now is if the insistence is to vote on a bill that's already been out there for a couple of years that fails on the due process front, we really haven't accomplished much. So I'm asking people to look at my bill, H.R. 5544, that provides a independent judiciary evaluation if you're denied a firearm. If it's not my bill, then let's find another one. But let's get to a consensus and let's get it done for the American people.
We're looking at it right now. Here are the tenets of it. No fly, no buy. If you're on the no-fly list, you don't buy a gun. The government explains why you're on that list or why you weren't able to buy a gun within 10 days
to you.
Once you're denied, then you get a due process hearing within 30 days, and all unclassified evidence is revealed to you. Who is against your bill, Congressman?
You know, the cynic in me would say too many people are interested in actually not getting anything done because it plays better in November. I think the American people have a different opinion. They want something done. You know, I spent most of the day on the House floor yesterday, not joining in the sit-in, but looking for Democrats to work with to constructively say, let's get to a due process provision on your side or my side of the aisle that we can agree on, and let's go forward. We can get there. I know we can. This is not as hard as it seems. Unfortunately, the politics have begun to creep in, and we've got to rise above that.
Congressman, should Speaker Paul Ryan allow a vote?
Well, so a vote on the Democratic proposal would go down. Should he allow it? Listen, I'm somebody who thinks the House should work its will. Let's put immigration on the floor. Let's put tax reform. Let's put guns. Let's put everything on the floor. Let the House work its will. I'm the author of the 40-hour workweek bill in Congress, so I'd always prefer to see that. But again, if it's just the Democratic proposal, it'll fail.
But I mean,
so
on
let's
yours.
Get a proposal that works.
But why not vote on yours?
I would love that. And we need the support of the American people. I need the support of a couple Democrats. You know, I found 5 or 10 yesterday. Some of them said, yeah, that's a good idea, but we're not there yet.
Why?
Let's get there.
But what's the problem? I mean, what could they possibly object to in what you've just spelled out?
You know, opinions get kind of hardened when you get into passionate debates, and I'm afraid that's what's happening now. And so I'm trying to give a voice of reason. Let's overcome it. I'm not going to criticize my colleagues. I don't agree with all their tactics right now. I think our side should act. I don't agree with the inaction on our side for the next couple of weeks. But I've just got to keep the voice up. I need the voice of the American people to say, if you like the Jolly bill, vote for the Jolly bill, up or down. But if it's not the Jolly bill, maybe it's Collins, maybe it's a Democratic proposal that adds due process. But let's get something done.
See, in public opinion polls, the American public does agree with that, and the American public is speaking through public opinion polls. And
Allison, there's a reason we have an 85% disapproval rating.
Exactly, Congressman. Exactly.
Because we can't solve the easy stuff. This isn't that hard. It really is.
This is not that hard. Everything that you're saying sounds reasonable. It addresses the due process issue, which Republicans have said is their stumbling block. And it says no fly, no buy. I mean, these are all of the, you seem to have cobbled together all of the different pieces of different bills that everybody should be able to get behind. So
I've tried, and I've put in the look-back provision that Bill Nelson issued that probably would have flagged Mateen. You know, the Democrats want to vote on a bill that probably wouldn't have stopped Mateen. I want to vote on a bill that would have stopped
Okay, so
Mateen.
What will it take to get a vote on your bill?
Let's have the American people not call the Speaker's office and say, give a vote on the current Democratic proposal. Call the Capitol switchboard and say, let's give a vote on a consensus bill. I think it's mine, H.R. 5544. But if it's not, that's fine. But I also need Democrats to drop the swords of partisanship. Stop calling the Speaker a coward. Stop screaming shame on the House floor. Let's let the better angels among us get us through this next chapter. We can get this done.
Congressman David Jolly, you're making too much sense.
It's far too reasonable to get done in Congress.
Yeah, it must be. Congressman, thank you for all of that. And we will actually, I'll tweet out the number for the
H.R. 5544.
Well, not for that, for the Capitol operator, so that people can make their voices heard however they want the vote to go. Congressman, thank you very much.